there's been a lot of reaction on Andhadhun, different reactions on the climax. Lots of people said, this is what happens. Others said, no, this is what happens. Third lot have said, no, this is what happens. When I saw the film, I had my own interpretation of what happened. I just want to know how foolish I am if I could hear from you exactly what the end meant.
But I would love to hear from you. And
I don't want to take the chance because it may sound very foolish. You know, here you're talking about being a director of Arjun, and then I may sound like a fool who's talking about narration which did not happen. It's in my imagination.
No, I think
So
I'm
I'd
not.
like to hear that from you.
No. Actually, the thing is, because there were four of us brainstorming on the end what it should be. Like my editor and co-writer Pooja very strongly felt that in the end he should be blind. I mean, he should be blind because what the hell? You can't suddenly get your eyes back, and it's and he's okay. He's a great musician, but he's a blind musician. What he wanted to do and what he's achieved his dream, but at a price. That was her end, which made sense in a certain way. The others, a couple of them said, no way. I mean, he has to, what has he done? So he has to get his eyes back. And both of them were creating a certain kind of, if I define it, it kind of reduces the thing, So I think the way we saw it was, there are two possible things. One is he's really blind. The other one is the last part is made up. I mean, the rabbit doesn't exist and so on. Which is what, I mean, in my head was the thought process, which is why there's a certain cut at some point. There is a rabbit stick and so on. So it is like, in the sense, he has done something horrible, after which when he meets his old girlfriend, he wants to paint himself as the victim and Tabu as the villain, whereas it could well be the other way around. It could well be that he has done the horrible thing of participating in that organ harvesting and taking some money and all that. That is what I don't know what you had in mind.
No, thank God, I think I'm really close to what you had in mind. So,
but there are some people who told me, oh, I know the answer. He's got the rabbit size.
Yeah, I love that.
I said, wow.
A lot of people have said this, that he's got the rabbit up there.
And the rabbit also is blind. So I'm like, not a good choice of eyes. So, no, but what I love
is something which I needed clarity for myself, for my own satisfaction, which I think I've achieved by hearing it from the filmmaker himself.
I forgot who said this, or we read it somewhere, or somebody said this to you. He said, what you think about the ending tells you about how you perceive people. I'm saying, if you believe that people are eventually good, you believe one thing, but if you're a cynic, then you say, of course he did this. So actually, the ending, depending on how you interpret it, tells you a lot about your take on life, which I thought was pretty cool.
Because there's a line, he says, he says, if I do, he tells the dog, if I do, agar main usse maar kar uski aankhein le, to I can't ever play music again. He says, so, we all are conditioned to believe that to be an artist, you have to be a good person. Is that a fact or not? I mean, the artist and the good person are two different people. You can be a terrific musician or a terrific actor or a filmmaker and be a horrible person on the other side. I mean, but we still want to believe, I would still believe you have to be a decent person, otherwise how can you do good work, kind of thing. So, I mean, all these things, we wanted to keep it.
At the end, actually, that the worst character in this whole narration was the man who was supposed to be the protagonist.
Yeah.
He was actually the biggest villain in that whole thing. This is the way I...
No, you're right in that, in your interpretation, I would say.
Right.
No, not to be nice to you. If you had said the rabbit size, I would have kind of kept quiet. But the thing is, what happens in the movies, I mean, actually nobody is spared. In the end, even Radhika Apte, who is actually the most decent person in the film, even she tells him, you should have taken the eyes. So even she falls. In the moral compass, nobody is really a good person. I mean, if this happens to you, what would you do?
Amorality seems to be a theme.
Yeah.